Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of NASCARFemale.com's webcast, The Burnout, featuring myself, Kimberly Bowman, the official OR for the number 24 of Chase Elliott, and my wonderful co-host, Emily Luther, the OR for Ryan Blaney. We definitely have some weak capacities that I have great opinion for, but anyway, weekend's race.
Sorry, you keep going in and out.
Sorry. What was your opinion on this week's race? Right here.
I mean, it's Michigan. Michigan. I love that track just because, like, it's technically, or it was technically my home track, you know? So, between that one and Kentucky. So, I enjoy that track. However, I am really, really confused as a Blaney fan how we went to being in 6th to finishing in almost 20th. Or if it was 20th, I can't remember. How did that happen? Explain that to me. Explain that. Because it doesn't make any sense. I can't. Congrats to Kyler, though.
We could file that under the same category information as Kyle Busch winning the Truck Series, which is all over me right now. I am so lack of a better words.
He's so annoying. Literally annoying. I'm sorry. I can't.
I mean, the moment he won the pole, watching the race, had every single lap and won the race.
Well, Bubba's win become encumbered, so it doesn't even count now.
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother irritation subject for me.
Like, I love Bubba, and I really think he deserves to be in a full-time Cup ride. So it was nice to see him win, just because, hello, it's Bubba. I mean, he's very talented. He just hasn't been given the opportunity that he deserves. And, but, you know, I would rather see Bubba win than see Kyle Busch win. Like, not just because I like Bubba, but because it's a driver who's struggling to get his feet on the ground, who's struggling to get a full-time ride in Cup, and he's out there proving himself that he can win races. Just give him the opportunity.
All right, and let's just get this out of the way. I have a big pet peeve with and everything because what they penalized him for because it failed in post. But what he got penalized for is something he should have caught.
Yep.
Inspection.
Mm-hmm.
But he passed pre-race inspection, so you're going to let the whole race go and then pull him on a post-race inspection for something you should have caught in pre-race inspection.
Uh-huh. Oh. It's such, like, a load of crap. Like, it really is.
Especially with the domination of a certain other driver, it's like...
last night.
You're picking on a little... Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're picking on the little guy here. I mean, it's just wrong.
Can I also just say something? I really hate Wednesday night races because they throw my entire week off.
You think it's Friday?
Yeah, like, I literally was like, I saw it last night and I was like,
what?
Wait a minute, what? Is this a replay? Like, I totally forgot. And I was just like, right? I realized I remembered what track we were at, and I was like, nope, it's the Wednesday night truck race. I can't stand that. It bothers me. I mean, congrats to Kyler for winning the race. You know, he's been dominating at that track for the past few seasons, so I commend him for that. Honestly, I thought it was Truex's race, but I feel like every race is Truex's race, honestly, with how he's been dominating this season. But speaking of Truex, did you see the announcement today?
I've seen several things.
You'll actually be happy about this announcement.
Okay.
Apparently, Truex, or Joe Gibbs has made the decision to send all of management responsibilities for the 77 and the 78 over to Furniture Row Racing. So now because they got so much backlash about Adam Stevens and the way they handled that situation, even though Adam Stevens instigated the whole thing.
Mm.
So I commend them for, I commend them for giving the responsibility to Furniture Row. However, I feel like it was just a way to cover up that they screwed up.
Yeah.
There also was another announcement today that I saw that I was literally devastated about.
Can I talk about it if I think we're on the same page?
What do you think?
BK?
Huh? Yeah.
Okay. Because when I read the news, I was literally like, huh. Because I'm like, not in a negative or a positive way either way. I was just kind of like, it does seem kind of strange, but I have the statement here.
Are you talking about BK Racing or Brad Keselowski Racing? Because they are two different teams.
Brad Keselowski.
Okay, just making sure. Because there was an announcement about BK Racing this week, but it wasn't that big of a deal, so I was really confused. I literally just teared up seeing that because I was like, what is going on? Because I didn't see it earlier today.
Right.
Did you read the actual article about it?
What, with the Brad Keselowski thing?
Yeah.
Whole statement here.
Yeah, his statement was, I thought it was very heartfelt, and,
Well,
I think he would have reason just because BKR has been so successful. I mean, as a Blaney fan, I owe a lot to that team because they gave him a start in the big NASCAR series. Like, right. I'm so grateful to that team, and I'm so grateful to Brad Keselowski. And it's really sad that nobody else will have the opportunity that Ryan was presented at such a young age. And, we talk about how NASCAR's youth is the way we are moving, and we need to step behind them and support them because we need them. And this is just like another nail, I guess. This is just like another like hurtful thing that's happened because, we had to deal with Kyle making his statements about how he would shut down his truck team if, NASCAR keeps limiting it. And I know that wasn't Brad's reasoning behind it. Contemplating this for a while, so part of me thinks that it has to do with, he started a family with Paige, and he probably just really wants to focus on his career with, like, in the Energy Cup series. But, like, I am honestly so upset just because of the opportunities that are now gone for other drivers, because that they had a good thing going at BKR.
Right. For those of you that didn't hear, Brad Keselowski Racing has decided to include stop company as of 2017. They will not field a team for the 2018 season. Drivers without a ride. But one thing I did notice is, when I first saw it, I really wasn't sure. Disappointment, loss of money. The reason behind it and everything. Of course, I got the statement here already in a second. But he also made a point of Brad Keselowski that is talked about. He wants to end the Monster Cup Series as his career furthers. So, there's an encouragement that he's thinking of the future a little bit.
Yeah.
A moment of defeat for him. I think it's just, the future and what's, going on.
Yeah, like, it is nice to see that, like, he is thinking of the future. And it is nice to see that, like, one of the driving reasons behind it is because he eventually wants to move into the, Cup Series. But at the same time, how is that going to change the dynamic of things? Like, Brad is a Penske guy. He's been in Penske for a while.
About with him disbanding BKR is maybe some of the smaller teams will step up to the plate, the ones that are not as popular.
Yeah. And my hope, too, is that it's like a situation like Hendrick has with Junior where, Hendrick paid for, like, he put money in for Junior Motorsports, and he is a silent owner in that. And I know that Junior has talked about it specifically, wanting to bring that team up to the Cup Series. And I think they would do very well. So maybe it's that situation, and it's just all behind closed doors and hush-hush right now, because It took how long to get Penske to field a third car? And not only that, but he has all that money in IndyCar. If there were any slight possibility that it was because Penske was going to put money towards it, there would be an uproar, and I can tell you that for a fact. People would be livid.
I mean, fast forward 5-10 years from now, you're going to have your young drivers who are in Cup right now probably fielding their own teams in Xfinity and trucks, whatever they're called by then. I mean, so, we ain't going to have anything. But really, I mean, the cycle, how many years ago, we didn't have KBM or BKR or...
Yeah.
Who's to say new ones won't come along here soon, and this may just open a door. To me, Brad Keselowski's decision is kind of a win-win for maybe everyone. His career, leaving the field open for other teams. So, I mean,
yeah,
sad, but a good move, I think, on his part.
I see what you're saying. I did like another announcement that came out today, though.
Announcements have been coming out. I lose track of them all.
NASCAR has decided to live stream in-car cameras on Twitter for the playoffs.
I did read that. Well, is that a rumor or is that official?
So this was the statement. For the first time in the sport's history, NASCAR will live stream an in-car camera on Twitter for all 10 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series playoff races in 2017, NASCAR announced today. Beginning with the first race of the NASCAR playoffs at Chicagoland Speedway, NASCAR will provide fans a unique look from inside the race car with a live camera stream that can be accessed via its official Twitter handle. Fans can watch the full broadcast of the race at Chicagoland Speedway September 17th at 3 p.m.
The full race?
It also says Chicagoland. On the same screen of the live stream, fans will find a real-time curated timeline of tweets that capture the best of NASCAR live conversation. And then the statement that the Twitter COO, so the operations guy, said, NASCAR continues to innovate on Twitter, a place where their passionate fans discuss what's happening before, during, and after every race. Our new collaboration will offer NASCAR fans a unique live stream perspective for the 2017 playoffs alongside the real-time Twitter conversation. I think that's really cool, honestly. Like, that is so, like, fascinating to me just because, like, it shows how much social media has changed the game of things.
Definitely. More of things, like it or not.
Yeah. Like it or not, social media is here to stay. And, you know, these companies and these sports need to adapt to that. And technology is paving the way for everything. I'm in IT and I see how much it changes every second of every day. So the fact that NASCAR is actually doing their best to finally, like, you know, give something back to their fans and integrate that is really incredible. And I do commend them for this because I think it will definitely help the sport in the long run. And plus, if you think about it too, say, whatever, let's say something's trending on Twitter, a wreck or whatever. You know, say we're at Talladega, the big one. Everyone knows what the big one is, even if you're not a NASCAR fan. People would tend to go look at it. Well, what's going to be really cool, too, is you're going to be able to see the in-car stream now. So hopefully that means that it's going to bring more fans into it.
Very possibly. How are they going to pay for it, though?
You know what? I really don't want to know the answer to that question. I don't want to know. Technology is expensive, and we have already let children go free to races for this year. So I know they're not getting the money from that, and prices have definitely plummeted for NASCAR races.
I'm sure Monster Energy has something to do with it.
Oh, I have no doubt about it. When I was at Michigan, they have an entire hauler, and they give away NOS and Monster. Like, you can go up and get as many as you want, and they don't say a word. You have to go up individually, like, each time. But they don't have anyone paying attention to, like, say, like, oh, you've been here today.
So how do they make money?
Exactly. Like, the worst part about it...
On a little black market.
So we love NOS. We love NOS in our household. And we also do, like, Monster. But I was, bless you, I was genuinely annoyed. Sorry, he just sneezed, and I feel bad when I don't say bless you. I was genuinely annoyed though because I asked for a fruit punch flavored Monster, and they gave me one from Kyle's 2015 Cup Championship. I'm like, that was 2 years ago. Why are you still advertising for it? And then I literally looked at one of the Monster Girls and I was like, I really hope this isn't from that celebration because that's disgusting if it is. And
did you look at the expiration date?
Huh?
Expiration date?
Yeah, no, it was like 2019 or something.
Mm.
But I'm like, I really hope this isn't from them. That's disgusting.
Do you ever play the game that you look at an expiration date and you wonder what your life's going to be like then?
No, normally when I look at an expiration date, I'm like, how far can I actually push this? That's the expiration date. Like milk, I go about 10 days after the expiration date on it.
Oh, I don't even think about expiration date on milk. This thing knows all the way. I don't even look at the date.
It still smells fine. I'm going to drink it. I see nothing wrong with it. If my nose doesn't like it, I'm not going near it.
I don't care if it's in date. If the nose ain't liking it, I ain't drinking it.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Because we bought some milk a few weeks ago, and it expired within like 2 days. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, and the expiration date was still a week from then. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So gross.
And no matter what's on the label, nose is the king.
Fair enough.
Okay, back to the business.
Did you see that 2 manufacturers are looking at NASCAR now?
No, I did not see that.
Fiat Chrysler has not pulled the plug on its program to return the Dodge nameplate to NASCAR, and they're still in talks with the sanctioning body.
I've actually been thinking about that. Just randomly wondering if another manufacturer will be coming back.
However, they didn't say anything about the second manufacturer that's looking into it.
I saw an article.
I wonder if it's, something like Honda, because Honda is, in IndyCar, they're in Formula One,
Or Pontiac.
I wouldn't be surprised if Honda got into NASCAR. I'd kind of be all for that. I drive a Honda.
Pontiac even exist anymore?
Does who?
Even exist anymore?
Pontiac? No.
I've been living in a rock.
Pontiac's last successful car was the G8, and that was 7 or 8 years ago.
My family had a Pontiac years ago, so I'm just like...
I mean, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad if Dodge came back to NASCAR, but I can't see the former Ford, or I can't see the current Ford company or Ford teams that were originally Dodge. I can't see them going back to Dodge. Like Penske, I don't see them going back to Dodge.
No.
They love Ford. They love it.
Of course they need, right?
And they're the dominant Ford team. I don't see them.
Okay. It's BK Racing team. Do you think they would go with Dodge or something? Maybe something like that.
You never know. I wouldn't be surprised. I know Brad, when he won his championship, it was last year that Dodge was in NASCAR. And that was very emotional for him. And he was very proud to be the one who got to bring Dodge into the championship ring for the last time. And Brad has always said, he would love to race Dodge again. So maybe that means BKR would look at that. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens to the sport in the next few years with all the young guns and everything and all the retirements. And it's just going to be very weird.
Weird in a good, sort of good way.
Yeah. Yeah. And then something else that made me cry today, which I don't know if you saw it. It made me cry. So today, Darlington announced that they're going to honor both senior and junior with the dedication of Turn 3 Suite Towers. And so they are dedicating them in their names. Earnhardt Tower, and this is the statement. Earnhardt Towers will feature an assortment of graphics that depict memorable moments of Earnhardt Sr. and Earnhardt Jr. featured on the backside of each tower. The Earnhardt Tower's name will also be proudly displayed on the front of the towers facing the track. As part of the dedication, Darlington Raceway will be holding a special ceremony on Friday morning of race weekend, featuring track president Kerry Tharp and Kelly Earnhardt Miller, co-owner of Junior Motorsports and daughter of Earnhardt Sr. I read that and I just started crying because I was just like, that's really nice that like they're doing it, but they're doing it in such a way to like make sure that both are taken care of. Like,
Right.
I feel bad because Junior has always lived in his shadows, and for a lot of fans, and I'm not saying this personally because I never ever tried to put Junior in his dad's shoes. I mean, I was so young when I started racing. The first driver I picked was Dale Earnhardt, or when I started watching racing, the first driver I picked was Dale Earnhardt Jr. It had nothing to do with the fact that Senior died. Senior was still racing in the Cup Series, and Junior was in, at the time, the Busch Series. So, like, it had nothing to do with that. It was just, I liked the Junior. But, you know, it's nice to see that, like, I feel bad just because he's never lived up to the hype, I guess, as most people, like, most fans would say that. But, like, it's nice that they're trying to do something in honor of both of them.
For sure. I feel like I've missed some more news. Much. Probably.
Probably, if you're not about to say something.
Nice. I saw today, just kind of nipped me a little bit, the news that NASCAR is considering firing the Jackman.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. They want to use an automatic one.
How do I say this? It's an interesting concept, technology-wise. Because I think Indy is already fielding this whole idea, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, technology-wise, it's an interesting idea. But, I mean, the Jackmen are just so... They have an imprint on the sport that it's just hard to erase. I mean, when you see a pit stop. I mean, it's kind of like... I don't know, it's hard to describe. It's like, for Indy, I think it's okay because just the way the cars... I mean, it's such a sticky thing.
No, I agree with you. I was just completely baffled by that announcement.
It's not official. They're still just kind of talking about it, but...
Yeah, I think it's a little bizarre because, like, I could understand if, like, they did it for safety reasons just because, you know, we've had, in the past few years, it seems like we've had a lot of accidents on pit road and a pit member always gets taken out. But I don't think that's the reason they're going for it. And that concerns me. Like, I think they're trying to keep up with the technology, and I really do appreciate that from NASCAR being in IT.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Technology-wise, it's a good... But in all practicality, I mean, you're taking away something that's just kind of hallmark to NASCAR. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to...
Yeah, like, I want to say it would really help the sport, but I don't know how it would really help the sport. Like, I do honestly believe that they have, you know, the best interest of trying to keep up with the times. I really do believe that. I mean, if you look at the dashes now in the cars.
Don't even get me started.
They're interesting though, but unless you show the in-car camera, it really doesn't affect the fans. So, like, it is nice to see them trying to integrate their technology, but, like, I feel like it also takes away from, like, the actual sport of it. I don't know. Maybe I'm stuck in my old ways about it, but it feels like
no, not at all.
For it.
Totally agree with you. And I mean, for Indy, it makes sense just the way their vehicles are. because little bumblebee things, I mean, they have to be pretty dang. So that kind of technology seems to be great, but for NASCAR, it's like, I mean, dang if you do, dang if you don't. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't think it would really affect.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that officially because I haven't watched much of Indy, but that's just my perspective of what I have seen.
No, I get what you're saying. No, I agree with you actually too. Like, I feel like you and I are on the same like opinion basis. Just yeah, same way. Yeah, that's a good word. I really feel like we are on the same page, and I think it's hard for us to accept change just because we are so used to the old ways. But again, I really do commend NASCAR. They are trying, and I know we both get infuriated with the rules. Maybe they can stop with changing that because that really doesn't affect anything. It just makes things worse. But I do like the changes they're making. You know, the changes at the tracks that they're making to incorporate, you know, more fan acknowledgement and more fun for fans rather than, you know, just walking around. Like, they're trying to bring people into it with the concerts and stuff like that. With the Twitter meetups are so much fun. I went to one 2 years ago, and it was incredible. Austin Dillon showed up. Like, that's awesome. That is so cool to see because it's just another way that you get to meet a driver off the track. Like, that is incredible to me. And I really do appreciate that they are desperately trying. Like, they are trying to bring that fan basis back in. But it is a hard thing to do, especially with how much things in the world are changing, how much things in technology are changing.
How they go about that, because what you're doing technology-wise isn't bad, but you need to remember what worked in the past and connect that to bettering the future.
Exactly. What their problem is currently, and you are completely 100% right, is they forget what works. They just implement something completely new, and then they're like, well, why'd it break? Because you forgot where you came from in the first place.
Right. Absolutely. Bristol whatsoever, right?
Oh my god, it's one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of looking forward to it, despite the fact that which I hope not. I wish I'd shut up about it.
I know you and I have talked about the spectacle this week, and the idea is that Chase could make this race his win. But I'm going to be really, really selfish for a second. I would love Chase to win this weekend, but I am literally praying for Dillon Jr. to win at Bristol. It's the night race. Like, I will pee myself if he wins this race. Like, he deserves to give the fans one more race, and I am just asking that it be Bristol or Talladega. Like, how fitting is that for him to go out like that? He wins at Bristol or Talladega. Like, that would mean so much to the Earnhardt fan base. Like, it would mean a lot. Yes, I know I just put myself on live. I am aware, and I'm not ashamed of it. When I'm pretty sure a little bit trickled out, so don't even. I have no shame about it. I'm just saying. I'm glad I made you cry from laughing so hard, though.
Okay. Believe it or not.
Alright, I'm gonna do track back real quick.
Okay. A wild animal laughing. I'm serious.
Give me a second.
Well, 9 yards. I go to town when I get tickled.
Okay. Bristol. 0.533 mile concrete oval. One of the best tracks on NASCAR circuit. LOL. Banking in the corners is 24 to 30 degrees. It ranges. Our 2017 April race winner was Jimmy Johnson, and he started 11th. Our 2016 August race winner was Kevin Harvick, who started from 24th. Our oldest race winner was none other than the Intimidator himself at 48 years old, and our youngest race winner was Kyle Busch at 21 years old. 2017 pool winner was Anderson because qualifying was rained out and it was set by points. He finished.
Okay, you said he won. How many months? Because
10.
Okay. That could be beaten.
There are a few people that could beat it technically. Not trying to diminish Chase. There's a few people that could. Again, I would love it if Chase would win. However, I'm being selfish, and I want 88 in the winner's circle, for God's sake. I'm trying not to swear. I'm very passionate about this right now. Okay, 2016 August pool winner was Carl Edwards. He finished 6th last year. Our most wins of all time is Darrell Waltrip with 12. Most wins active driver is Kurt Busch and Kyle Busch. They're tied for 5, and Matt Kenseth for 4. And most top 5s is Richard Petty with 26. Active is Matt Kenseth with 14, which is really interesting. Most wins by manufacturer is 45 with Chevy, and then 36 with Ford, 8 with Toyota. Bristol, okay, I feel like I need to make this known. Bristol is celebrating Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s last stand, and their statement was, for more than 20 years, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has been a fixture at Bristol Motor Speedway, both as a kid in Victory Lane with his dad and as a driver taming the all-concrete high banks. As he prepares for his final week behind the wheel at the last great Coliseum, both the Speedway and guests from all around the world will be there to salute his BMS legacy. And they are doing a bunch of on-track celebrations for him this weekend. And they're doing a bunch of fan zone stuff for him this weekend. So it's really nice to know that they're doing that. And I'm excited. And I'm really hoping that he gives the fans a good show at that track this weekend. I'm actually contemplating. I'm trying to figure out if I can make the drive work to get there on time.
Rain may be a factor. I'm not sure. We had a couple yesterday.
If it rains a factor, then it's perfect.
Let's see. At least the track like Bristol doesn't take long to dry.
It's only a 6-hour drive.
6 hours?
It's Junior's last race at Bristol. I can make it happen if I need to.
Yeah, I'm guessing your funds may be diminished.
You're guessing what?
Your funds could be slightly diminished because of another certain expense.
Yeah, listen. It's called sacrifice. I'll eat ramen noodles for a week if I have to.
Why do people always go to ramen noodles? I mean, is that literally
They're cheap.
I know, but I mean, okay, we were living in 2017. You know how many you can get a can of peas for like 50 cents.
It's because ramen noodles are typically more filling than peas.
I've had a lot of noodles, but I've never had ramen noodles. So anyway.
They're really not all that they're crafted up to be, just so you know.
I watched a show one time where the person like messed up making ramen noodles and like cooked them in the microwave or did something and they just looked gross and I have no desire to try them. So anyway.
So who's your pick? I think I know who your pick is.
My pick. Kenseth.
Solid.
I kind of want to go with him every other week until he gets a win because he needs a win. It's before the end of the year, at least one.
He could really ride would be nice.
What say it again?
I said he could really use a ride for next year too.
Oh yeah, and a win would help.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going with the 88.
Oh, shocker.
I feel like it's wrong to go against him at this track. Like, it's wrong. Just like at Talladega. There is only one person I am choosing this season, and that is him. It is wrong to go against him in his final season at these tracks.
So why don't you just pick Junior for the rest of the year? Every race, I'll let you buy on it.
I just want one win. Like, I'm not even asking for him to win like a million more races. I am asking for one. Please, at either Bristol or Talladega or even the final race at Homestead. Just please give your fans one more win. We haven't had a win in how long? Come on. But please, go out with a bang. Don't just let your career be diminished because of your concussions.
Right. Well, I think we've covered all the big news. I feel like we missed something and that is bothering me. Like, really, it's bothering me. I feel like we've left something out.
Matt DiBenedetto has a ride for next year.
You saw that?
But I don't know if that's what you were talking about.
I have no idea. I think we covered basically everything, all the major stuff at least. So thank you all for joining us this week and listening to all of our educated rambles, which is what I'd call them instead of rabbit trails. You can NASCARfemale.com and read all the wonderful articles that our ladies write and work hard to produce in support of their favorite drivers. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all our social media outlets, and don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube here. Our live webcast, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Next week on the Burnout. Good night and God bless.
Night, y'all.